Thanks for downloading this special draft episode. I guess it's not special anymore because we do them every month. This draft episode of three different dads with special draft guest Adam Gumpf. Adam, thanks for coming on our stupid podcast.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Oh, claps! Oh, wow! I don't think the other guests have gotten claps. So good.
I don't think so.
Making me feel special here.
Adam, you're outside in Texas. Is it 1,000 degrees right now?
It's actually like probably 75, 80 degrees right now.
All right.
Lovely.
All right.
Yeah. Nice little
Really
fall
nice.
crisp in the air.
That's lovely.
All right. So our draft this month is favorite Indians / Guardians players. I mean, for the majority of our lives, it's been, I guess, for anybody's lives, it's been Indians. But in case you have a Guardian on there, we threw that in there. The parameters for this draft: one pitcher, one catcher, one infielder, one outfielder, and they have to have appeared in at least one playoff game. So that is what we're drafting. It sounds like at least half the people, maybe 3/4 of the people, did zero research, which is always good. But again, no one listens to this. So, I will tell you guys, Jim and Tyler, our last episode got the second most YouTube views it got almost 50 views.
Dude, I've been putting it out. I've been putting it on blast. Family, friends, I'm begging now. So it's
Moving
not
that
helping,
needle.
though. It's not really helping.
Moving that needle. All right, Tyler. So draft.
Oh,
Oh, God.
Lorenzo froze.
Oh, one more thing.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, see? It's his internet. He's got
It's the production value that really keeps the people coming back.
switch the Wi-Fi or whatever. Gotta go yell at the kids. God damn it. Stay off YouTube.
So there should be no Guardians because the Guardians haven't been in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hypothetical.
Facts.
The name. I mean, it's looking like they're going to be in the playoffs this year. Knock on wood.
That's right.
But we'll see.
I don't know. They're only a game and a half up.
Yeah, but the Central is just hot garbage, dude. Like, just no one wants to win that division. It's
That
crazy.
is correct.
So Francona, this is how much I follow baseball. At the beginning of the season, it sounded like he wasn't going to be, or like he was kind of with the team, kind of not. And now that they're winning, I'm
That's a nice
assuming he's
tat.
more with the team.
It's a nice
Or is he
stat,
still?
Lorenzo.
What's going on?
Francona has been with the team a lot this year. Like, he's only, I think, been sick a couple times. Way better than last year's attendance. He did come out. No, on a related note, though, he did come out at, like, The Athletic just had an article about it, and they were saying how he came out yesterday. He said next year he will for sure coach, but he said, like, quote, it's getting physically hard to do the job for himself. So I think he's thinking about retiring.
You sounded like a real reporter there. I liked it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I do read some articles,
Right.
mainly sports related. Nothing else I read.
Baseball manager, easiest managing position?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. I think you have to. I think it's easy to overmanage.
Like, physically. I'm just saying, like,
Physically?
Oh,
No. I would still say not, because your season is incredibly long. You're traveling minimum every week to a different city. Dude, that's got to be grueling.
Yeah, but just think, I mean, your hard part of your job is not your job itself.
No, it's not. But
you're
it's part
saying
of the
travel.
job. Yeah, it's part
Because
of
at
the
that
job.
point, like, you're just telling the pitching coach to go out there and talk to the guy. I mean, you walk to the pen to pull him, I guess, or the mound to pull him. But the rest of it, no offense, Gumpf, I know you do a lot of stuff behind, and you coach baseball, but, like,
I'm pretty
physical,
sure
like,
major leagues are a little different than high school, but that's all right.
well, right, 1,000%. Like, you're out there, like, throwing and hitting and stuff.
I think
Like,
it
they're
comes
not
down
out
to-
there like, hey, get your glove down.
Have you
Maybe.
seen who's the old Rangers manager, Ron Washington? He gets after.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Well, he also has a little
might be-
booger sugar. Get him going in the morning.
allegedly.
Whatever gets you going.
I don't think that's allegedly. I think he got it.
Pretty sure that's a well-known fact.
Let me check with my lawyers. Our lawyers here. Yeah, you have to say allegedly. So
Okay.
yeah. He gave me the thumbs up. Sorry, she.
Allegedly, he is
progressive
known
over
to snort the cocaine.
Snort the
Allegedly, it's well documented that he has some white powder floating around.
Allegedly, the court documents say.
It's constantly snowing in Florida or in Texas, wherever he's at.
All right,
With the
Ty.
Braves now.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Although in Major League Baseball, I do see that. I feel like that's where the oldest managers are, or oldest coach, or anything. I don't know. Maybe basketball too. But even then.
They look so goofy in those baseball pants. Like there's the old videos of like Tommy Lasorda like coming out like waddling his ass out there like to yell at somebody and stuff. And
What's crazy though is Francona's only 64. I just read that, so he's not that old. Like
breaking
as compared to some other managers.
Allegedly.
he's lived a hard life.
Oh yeah. I mean,
All right.
dude's
those dips that he puts in or used to put in, monsters.
Massive.
Now it's just
All right.
gum.
All right, dude, we already started.
Allegedly.
Yes, we
All right.
started.
All right, cool.
Let's randomize this draft here.
That was great content.
Let's random.
All right, ready? How many
Yes.
times do you want me to click random? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Not great content.
Adam is first.
Oh,
Yeah,
Adam.
Yeah, so
the-
Jim
Should he
is
get to
number-
pick?
Huh?
Should the
No.
first person get to pick where he goes, or is it just first spot?
this is the order.
This is
Okay,
just the,
sorry.
just
Yeah.
the order. They can
Who's
pick
second?
whatever they want.
Me.
Jim is second, Lorenzo, and then myself.
Okay. Me and Tyler. Okay. All right, Adam. You're up. Don't do high school Adam and just say the name of the player and move on. Let's give some adult Adam words here. Okay.
So I can pick any position.
You
Any of
can
these
pick
positions.
Outfield, infield.
once it's
pitcher,
gone-
catcher.
Once
Once
you,
the
yeah,
player's picked,
Once you
you-
pick,
he's off
once
the
you pick
board.
that position, you can't pick it again.
So, like, if I pick, let's just say I picked catcher, am I then the last pick in the next?
it's a
Yes.
it's a
Position?
snake draft.
It's a
No.
snake draft.
So
Oh,
you-
I
so
got you.
it's a snake draft. Anybody you can any of us can pick any position at any time.
Gotcha.
Yes.
It's just
Okay.
once you
Okay.
pick catcher or a catcher, once you pick that position,
I can't pick
then
another catcher.
then you
yeah.
can't pick another catcher.
Gotcha.
Okay.
The
so-
producer didn't let me know before I came on the show. So
Sorry. Hey, it was it's been a crazy. We had a football game Friday. I had another football game Saturday morning. We had softball. I had to go win. I had to go accept an award for the Metro Parks last night. We got after
man.
it. We got
Oh,
after
no
it.
big deal. Humble brag.
We got after it a
Oh,
little bit
man.
last night. Afterward, had an
Yeah,
early
you did.
morning, so it's been.
all right.
right.
Okay. Well, a lot of pressure with this first pick here. I'm gonna go.
Can I say?
In-
Wait. In the history of drafts, there's never been one person that didn't want to first pick more than Adam right now.
Yeah. I'm really excited about this. I'm gonna go infield.
All right,
take
bold
my-
strategy.
My favorite player back when I was a kid, Carlos Baerga.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't even on
Switch
my
it.
list.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Good. I
Probably
wanted
could
him
have gotten him
first.
in the second.
Probably could have got him
Just
in the
saying.
fourth.
Hey, but this is your
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, switch hitter.
I had a
Got
funky
the,
stance, man, too.
Oh,
Batting
yeah.
stance,
Just
yeah.
dropping bombs for a second baseman back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
He
like
was-
Carlos Baerga.
He was very good. Yeah.
Helped
Yeah.
get the Indians to the World Series, where they're the only team to ever lose to the Braves because they always lose in the World Series. But, no big deal.
Yeah. I feel like he was one of the first baseball players that I remember to wear a giant chain while he was playing.
He'd fit right in with this
Oh, yeah.
time.
He really
I think
would.
so. Yeah.
Did he go flat brim too? Like not Maybe not.
I don't think so. I don't think that was him. But I remember my brother and
but
I
he
got
had the
to-
chain and he'd open up
Oh,
the
yeah.
jerk like
Oh yeah, he'd open up
like
the shirt. Yeah.
three buttons open.
yeah.
No undershirt.
Super cool guy too, because randomly a couple years ago I went to an Indians game and they had the little $2 in the district beer night, like you show up 2 hours or an hour and a half early and it's $2 beers all over the park. So we find this random little like offset area where they're doing the $2 beers and get a couple $2 beers, turn around and there's a table and it's like Hispanic Heritage Night. And I'm like, holy shit, that's Carlos Baerga. Nobody's in line to even talk to the guy. So I went and got his autograph real quick, just on a piece of paper because I didn't have anything with me.
Yeah.
And I was like, Carlos, you want a beer, man? And he started laughing. And he's just like, maybe after this. he was super cool, though. He was a very nice guy. So
That's awesome.
yeah, he was fun.
Yeah, my brother and I got to meet him right after he signed with the Mets. Like he came back to Cleveland and did like a little fan press deal. He was real nice about
Yeah,
About
he's
everything.
a cool guy. Yeah.
But
All right. Number one, first pick, infielder, Carlos
no doubt.
Baerga. All right, James.
So this guy should probably get a statue outside of the stadium. He
All
is
right, bold.
Mr. Indian,
Old.
and that's Sandy Alomar Jr.
Damn, that was my number one pick for sure. Yes.
I got a hidden gem, I think, for a catcher. That's why I didn't go Sandy first.
I just I think what he's done, like coming back and coaching, but also just like watching some of the clips, like the 90s playoffs. Like I just saw one where it was like him against Rivera in the Yankees, like in the 9th or in the 8th or whatever, to like tie the game, and he hit a solo shot and they ended up winning on that one. Like, I don't know. You just think of those teams, and then like going back and looking at some of the pictures, like he's the one like running onto the field to like tackle the pitcher whenever they advanced in the playoffs. Like it's just Alomar Jr. Like you just see the dude like tackling the pitcher as they're celebrating, and it's just like, fuck yeah, that's the dude. So that catcher was also the area where I was just like, hey, I have my list here, but that's my number one.
Yeah. No, he's my favorite athlete. Right behind David Robinson, but Sandy Alomar is my favorite athlete. I played catcher. I was always number 15. He's my favorite Indian of all time. That's a great pick.
He got his brother on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, stud also, but like, yeah, just
That's
97
good.
too. When they hosted the All-Star game and hit a home run there, that was pretty cool too.
He was the MVP, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
I feel like he's outside of Cleveland, like rated way too low for catchers too. He never seems like he's never brought up as like a big time catcher for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
I think he got lost. He got lost in the steroid era, honestly, because to my knowledge, he was clean during the steroid era, and
Right.
so stats get underappreciated for our catcher.
Plus, you had Pudge during the same time, and he was always considered the best catcher of the era.
Yeah,
how was his
on roids,
defense?
so-
Sandy?
Yeah, like was he known as like I knew he could hit, but I
think
didn't know
he
if
was
he was
just-
like a
Like all around good player. Like I don't know if he was ever like the best defensive guy since you had Pudge and guys like that, but he was never a liability from what I remember.
nice.
Yeah. Can I tell you, the nature sounds are really adding a lot to this podcast.
I love it. I love it.
I did that specifically for you.
I'm looking up
You
now.
get awards for Parks. He just wants to make you feel more, congratulations.
Thank you. So Sandy Alomar never got in 1990 got a Gold Glove.
His defensive WAR isn't in the top 10 of all Indians of all time. So
So he was Rookie of the Year in 1990, and he got a Gold Glove that year too. But he never got a Gold Glove after that.
Sounds like Tyler did a lot of research for this and nobody else did.
some of us might have really dived into baseball reference, like really hard. Really hard.
All right. Well, I got the third pick, and I'm also gonna go infielder, and I really like the Adams pick too, but I think I'm gonna have to go with. So for years we've been tormented with players just leaving Cleveland. Some people not even entertaining the idea of resigning. Some people saying, "Yeah, I'll always be here," and then immediately leaving, signing with the Philadelphia Phillies. So my pick is a guy that basically turned down millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, and said, "No, I want to be here. I want to end my career in Cleveland." And Jose Ramirez is my pick. Just signed a big contract this offseason, and even I don't know. Someone from the Indians told him, or Guardians told him, you can make a lot more money.
You.
Yes,
yeah,
we can't pay you what you're
worth.
And he said, "I don't care. I'm going to stay here. Pay me what you can now. So I'm going to stay here." So, like, for me, for someone just to come out and say that, like, okay, man, you're one of my dudes then.
Great pick.
And he's an awesome player. So
yes, he's already statistically top 10 in WAR for the Indians. Just saying, already.
I love our baseball reference guy right now.
Allegedly speaking, I think WAR is a terrible stat. It had like
what else do you want? You want me to look up more stats? I mean, I got it.
I mean, if you got them up there.
Well, wait, what don't you like about WAR? Like, I mean, not that I disagree with you. I'm just curious.
Well, like you look at some of the guys that are struggling, like what's his face that got just traded to the Dodgers from the Yankees. His name slips my mind right now. Played for the Rangers, the big left-handed hitter that strikes out. He had the positive WAR this year.
Oh, and he's horrible.
Joey
Gallo.
Right.
Yeah.
So like,
no, we got it.
If you hit a $167,
nobody got it.
$167, and you're striking out basically like every other at bat, how do you have a positive WAR? Because you hit like 20 home runs.
Yeah.
I don't know. So plus I don't think it goes from era to era very well.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you could
definitely
one era could have a bunch of stud outfielders, so your WAR could be lower if you're just an average outfielder. But then the next era could be the exact opposite, and you're an average player, but your WAR's higher because you're more, I guess, valuable during that time period because there's less outfielders. So,
hell yeah, go.
Man, that's why you're here.
So take your WAR and you can shove it.
That'd have been sweet. Right when you said that, crow cawed, and that would have been perfect. All right, Tyler, you're up. Fourth pick, last pick in the first round, and first pick in the second round.
All right, I gotta go Jim Thome. Yeah, like when I think of like the 90s playoff runs, like I think of Jim Thome just automatically being at bat. So he's got to be
third base or first base.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter.
You got to go way back when he's playing third base.
Yeah, skinny Jim Thome.
Skinny Jim Thome, where he's hanging out with Manny too much.
But as far as statistics are concerned, he's also at the top of almost all of statistics.
His WAR.
Allegedly, he's top 5.
His slugging percentage, top 3. His slugging percentage is fucking amazing. Like, oh my god,
easy.
Oh, so
he was a dude when he was.
We can drop
when
him.
he was at bat. Like you were like, you never thought like, hey, the moment's too big for this guy.
No, yeah, I always.
It was always like, I like my chances.
He's up to bat. Yeah.
Even if it didn't work out, like it was like, okay.
You know what's something I like too is because I remember them doing it with Jim Thome, but bringing him back at the end of their career. They did it with Kenny Lofton too, which is awesome. Yeah. And but I just like that part of it too. Like, oh, we're mixing. Part of it is like, oh, they're still playing, and like we're mixing in the new with the old here.
Yeah,
I like that. I only pay attention to the team I like, so I don't know if other teams do that, but I just feel like I like that happens.
Yeah,
I think it's definitely a Cleveland thing because like they're like, okay, we can't pay you up here, but on your tail end of your contract or your career, we'll be able to catch it down here.
And I think Jim Thome hit his 600th home run with the Indians too, if I'm not mistaken, Baseball Reference, but I'm pretty sure he hit his 600th home run with them. But that's a good pick.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I always felt bad too because he's like one of the few. I know he eventually left, but he stayed like after the run, like 2001 when they picked up Alomar and they picked up Juan Gonzalez and kind of made one more ditch effort at it. And then he still stayed in 02 before he ended up getting that big contract. So I always felt bad because that 02 team was pretty rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tail end of the early 2000s or the early 2000s were
Yeah,
brutal.
02 through like 05.
That team,
well, they had a chance in 05, but
yeah, that team got dismantled quickly after like 97. So for all of you historians on the podcast, so, no one listening knows what the hell we're talking about. Let's be honest. My pick coming back. I'm gonna go outfield, and I'm gonna go Manny Ramirez.
good pick.
Thank you. Again, same breath as like that was another dude that I was just always felt great, you know, seeing him come up to bat because like Jim said, the moment was never seemingly too big for him. Unfortunately, that was also the first memory I had of like when I was younger, like, what do you mean Cleveland isn't going to re-sign this absolutely amazing baseball player? And that was like the first taste of Cleveland being cheapskates when it came to signing big name players. So
part of me is like I understand not to hate the player because their team can't afford him. And I'm not gonna
right? I never
but
bashed
it's still
players.
it still sucks. Like, man, this, you know, that's why I like Jose Ramirez so much. He just said like, no, just pay me whatever you can pay me and I'll stay here, you know.
Yeah, I have tons of respect for Jose for doing that because, like, to your point, he could have easily gotten an extra 100 million elsewhere.
Yeah.
Because like when he signed for like 15 million, and I think his market value is probably mid-20s. I would guess.
It's tough when you're leaving that kind of money on the table. It's hard to argue that. Like, it's one thing if I think they offered, if I remember right, Manny a decent contract, like a contract they couldn't really afford, and he's like, "Nah, I'm still going to take more money." That makes
bullshit.
it tough.
I mean,
like
these teams are like, we can't afford this, and
that was before even the newer ownership. That's a good point. That was the first time like that I was like, damn it, like, you know. And then after that, it was even more apparent, I think, once the ownership switched to the Dolans. So,
yeah, because I'm pretty sure the payroll they had either 99 or 01 when that last run, that payroll is more than what they have currently.
Correct.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
I think 20 plus years ago, with everything that you're not even willing to spend the same amount.
Yep.
But like, how much does it suck when like that guy leaves and then goes to the team that then like
2007
keeps you
from winning a World Series?
That's what I'm saying. Like it made it hurt that much worse because you saw like, you know, what that team could have done if you kept a couple of those pieces together. Because like his best years were even in Boston too. Like he only got better in Boston. So
right, like he had another
I know
decade
he was surrounded by talent, but yeah.
And then the people that they want to keep later, like in the 2000s, just like break down completely, and then it's just like, all right, we definitely kept the wrong people. Like, I don't know.
Travis Hafner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, you try to, I would imagine, running a team. You're like, okay, well, financially for us, because we're gross financially, like we have to luck out on some of these, and sometimes it doesn't happen. I mean, when the Indians spent money on two guys, they were horrible. Michael Bourne and what's his name from the Yankees who played at Ohio State. Nick Swisher. Yeah. They spent money on those guys, and then
two of the worst. Yeah,
and nothing happened, and then they never want to spend money again. Like, okay, well, yeah, you're bad at it, I guess. So it's difficult, like, to see. Yes, Manny Ramirez and Jim Thome, like, clearly we should spend money on these guys, but we don't have it, so we say, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
at least nowadays they try to sign them really early. So if that guy has a good first 2 years in the league, they try to at least get a contract where they can get some of their prime.
Yeah.
That's every team but Cleveland is doing that, by the way, though. Like, Cleveland isn't doing that still.
Signing their guys young?
Correct.
We do that all the time.
No. So like, think of any of like the big name contracts that you've seen for guys that are coming out of their first year or something, and they're being signed to like these 8 or 10-year deals.
Oh, they're not going to do that.
Well,
No,
that's my
but-
point though. Is Cleveland isn't doing anything like that, because actually for Cleveland that would be smart to do, because they're locking those guys up. If they're anything like what their prospect ranks are supposed to be, they're getting them at a severe bargain.
Yeah, but they've done
The
that.
Indians-
They've done that with a lot of players. They've
Right.
bought out their arbitration years. Like they do. I mean, they did it with Jose Ramirez. They signed him
Yeah.
really. They do sign him early. It's not 10 years, but they'll sign 5-year contracts where it's like we're still gambling. You know, they do that kind of stuff. But yeah, there's those contracts. They're also like $400 million contracts, and they're definitely not gonna sign those, you know.
Just for the listeners, do you guys know when the Dolan deal went down?
What do you mean?
1999 is
Oh.
when the Dolans took over the Indians from the Jacobs family in 1999. And there was
Went on a little bit of a
literally
Dolan
straight down.
deep dive during this because I was like, James Dolan and the Knicks and Rangers are a dumpster fire. So like, you know, how'd they get their money essentially?
Well, they own Madison Square Garden.
Well, before that though, they didn't.
Oh.
Do you know how they got it?
Yeah, Dolan Sugar. I don't know.
HBO.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
they're terrible
And
teams.
then-
So
His brother was the lawyer, which I still don't understand. Like the Indians ownership, like he's a lawyer in Cleveland, unless he got money from his brother with this HBO stuff. Like how you amass like hundreds of millions of dollars to purchase a team for being a lawyer.
you're asking the wrong people, because none of us are rolling in the dough. So
Mafia.
Maybe
Oh,
he's like
okay.
Allegedly.
the Cleveland version of the Texas Law Hawk down here.
Even that, dude.
Just
Do you see the
making
Law
money.
Hawk? Dude, do you see the Law Hawk purchasing the Astros? Like, no,
Maybe he's behind the scenes trying to make that happen.
maybe. I don't
Maybe
know.
the Law Hawk and the Texas Hammer get together and they can just go buy a team.
Dude, we have some of the strongest lawyer infomercials out of anywhere. I'll tell you.
Bar none.
Yes.
And they are aggressive.
Well, we can draft TV lawyers next draft.
Can I still have the first pick?
Let's get back to this.
We'll have you back on, Adam, for that.
Appreciate it.
My
Let's
pick,
do
my
it.
first
Yeah,
pick in the
it's
second
you.
round. I'm going with catcher because I feel like there isn't a lot. The
hot garbage. That's
the one I like. I'm going to pick Roberto Perez, and offensively, not a dude, but I loved his defense and when the home runs he hit in the playoffs or in the World Series, it was that much better because he batted, 200, whatever. But like to see that, like okay, it's this whole team thing, and to be able to shut down another team's running game to me is ridiculous. He was such a good catcher.
He's the one guy I thought of for this draft, but I refused to draft him because
some ridiculous reason. Go.
no, not
Oh.
ridiculous. Well, all right, I guess you got to respect the guy because in 2016, like that was his, I think a contract year or something for him, and he, like, to your point, he had a great playoff run in 2016, and he completely capitalized on it because didn't they sign him that year? That offseason for like the 2 or 3 year deal for like $12 million or something.
Oh.
I think they did, but that again, completely capitalized on the moment and then batted 200 the rest of his.
Okay, but I mean that's a lot of players though. Here's my thing.
I don't like the pick. So
Here's another question: is Roberto Perez still playing baseball?
I don't even know. Is he?
Yes, he is. He signed a 1-year contract with the Pirates, $5 million.
Holy shit.
To never be heard of.
That is
again.
robbery for the Pirates.
Yeah.
Wow.
So in
Yeah.
2017, it's not even that bad of a contract. In 2017, he signed a contract with the Indians at the time, 4 years, $9 million. I mean, that's 2.25
That's a
million
pretty
per
good
year.
deal.
I mean, that's nothing
I'm
really.
gonna talk really close to the mic. Check his stats after that contract was signed.
Okay,
It was
again,
a horrible contract.
for $2.25 million
And
a
they
year.
knew exactly what they're going to get from him.
Yeah,
He lived up to what the expectations and
A
the
lot-
Indians.
like it is
Terrible-
now. Like
Terrible
okay,
second.
but
Terrible
most
second round pick.
when you say catcher, you're not thinking like, okay, this offensive guy. If you look around the league at catchers, there's not a lot that you're counting on them to hit number 4 and number 5.
Not anymore. I know you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Especially under Francona, I don't know if they've had like even a solid offensive catcher. Like look at
No.
what they have now. Like,
Oh my
that's
god,
just
it's
kinda-
terrible.
He's coming. Wait, hold on. He's coming. He's in AAA right now.
Yeah, they also said that about the guy they traded to San Diego, and he did nothing.
He's garbage. I think he's on a different team now.
Oh,
even.
Francisco Mejia. Yeah.
He's on the Rays now.
Yeah.
He's okay. I mean, he's still in the league at least, but yeah, you're right.
So's Perez.
And Carlos Santana.
Well,
yeah,
he was a catcher, yeah. And then
He
got
got
moved
moved.
catcher, first
immediately.
baseman.
Yeah.
He's still eligible in the draft, by the way.
Yeah, he'll probably still be sitting there after the draft.
So Francisco Mejia, he's batting 258 this year
Not bad.
Yeah,
with
it's
6
not
home
bad.
runs.
He's still in the league at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. To your point, he was. Yeah, it's supposed to be.
I just don't think they
phenom.
value that offense from the catcher. Like obviously the Indians
No,
under Francona have been built on pitching. So just
You have
be
to
a
have
great
a
defensive guy.
defensive catchers are so crucial now. Yeah, in the league.
Yeah. So take back what you said. Great pick.
I'm
Second
sorry. I'm sorry.
Right now.
Lorenzo.
Great
Great pick. Great pick.
All
Awesome.
right. We better move on. We have 6 picks and we've been recording for 35 minutes. So,
Oh shit.
all right, Jim, you're up.
I am going with the greatest defensive player I've ever seen at shortstop for our Cleveland Indians, Mr. Omar Vizquel, who should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He
It's fun to
played
watch
about
it.
half his seasons with the Indians, like 11. I just looked about 20 some odd years in the league, but like he was a stud and saw like most like sacrifice sack hits. Like he did like small ball baseball was this dude, I feel like, where and he did something, and I don't know how like common this is, but like I remember if the sun was like in his eyes, he would turn backwards to the ball and essentially wait for it like to see the ball come in and then catch it over his shoulder. And like as a shortstop on like a routine like pop up to him, just craziness. And it was just one of those things for that entire run. He was the guy where it's just like he is your like the anchor of the defense there, and you knew you weren't going to have anything like crazy happen, right? And so he's my dude. Like that's one guy where it's just like he was magic on turning double plays. And so I was shocked he lasted this long, but yes, that's my second pick.
All right.
Good job, Jim.
I'm not gonna argue with that one.
Way
He was
to cite your sources. Nice job with the sacrifice fly. Good job.
he was
And
awesome to
handful
watch.
of Gold Gloves.
Yeah. I feel like
And
he's
it's-
like the last of the era of shortstops that were like you just have to be a dude defensive shortstop. Like now
Yeah.
everybody, all the shortstops are huge. You know, you think of like A-Rod hitting home runs and everything. You know, like he's like him and Ozzie Smith are probably the two greatest
Right.
defensive shortstops to ever play.
Yeah, like it's amazing in that time too, like with the Jeters and the A-Rods, like through that and being in the same league, that he still made a good chunk of all-star games within that.
Yeah,
So
you
it's
think
like
A-Rod, Jeter, Nomar, and him. Like somebody
Nomar,
wasn't
yeah.
making an all-star game.
yeah.
And he seemed to find his way on there quite a bit.
And you never heard from him, like, so I doubt he was like a dick in the clubhouse. Like, it's all speculation, but like, he didn't
Allegedly.
seem like much of an ego. And I don't know, just seemed like a glued dude. Where it's like, if you're on the team, like, just someone like, I don't have to worry about this guy, and he's just going to go out there and be a stud. I'm sure the pitchers and everybody else were like, "Fuck yeah!" Like, that makes your life a lot easier. So.
He in this past Hall of Fame voting, he received 23.9% of the vote, which dropped. It dropped from the first year. He got 37%.
Yeah,
Actually,
that doesn't make any
in his first year. He
sense
got
to me.
in his first year he got 37%. This is his. Oh, they said it dropped for the second year in a row. So in the 18, 37%, then 42%, then 52%. And then it dropped, and now it's at 24%. So
That's crazy.
How can you be a Hall of Famer and then not be a Hall of Famer? Riddle me
Right.
that.
Like, how can you get half the people to vote for you to get
Yeah.
in?
Didn't he recently have some sort of sexual misconduct stuff though come up? Allegedly.
We got to
Once
say
again.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
I don't know.
I think he did. I honestly I think that's gonna hurt him in the Hall of Fame voting.
11 Gold Gloves.
I'm just telling you, dude.
I mean,
I think
if you lead with that, is
something
it
came
sexual
up.
assault? I mean, sorry, that was horrible.
We can't.
I'm
joke
gonna get
about
canceled.
that.
I'm gonna get canceled.
Wow.
Wait till
And
some
we're
Facebook group finds that.
done.
Local guy. Yeah, so he was sued for alleged sexual harassment of Bat Boy.
Ooh.
In 2000.
Sounds like a money grab. That's all I'm
Yeah.
gonna say.
2000.
Allegedly.
It happened in
Allegedly.
2019.
Because
Okay.
he was coaching there for a while. Is he still coaching?
So this was when he was
Detroit?
Coaching in
coaching.
Detroit, I
This
think.
says he was coaching in, at the time, the Birmingham Barons, the Chicago Double A affiliate of the Chicago White Sox.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's a lawsuit that alleges that he came out of the shower. He came out of the shower, handed the Bat Boy a bar of soap, and asked and said, "Wash my damn back." That's what he said.
What?
Okay.
All right, so maybe the like good guy thing that I was saying, but like clubhouse wise, right? Like didn't seem to have issues with his teammates.
I mean, that happened in the clubhouse.
There's a reason I didn't touch that guy. He's canceled. That's why.
And you can't take that pick back. All right, number
Sorry.
Adam's last pick in the second round.
All right. I'm going to go outfield. I'm going to take the mayor of Cleveland,
Yes.
Kenny Lofton.
Yeah.
Thought I might be able to get him on the back end.
Absolutely not. What was surprising is he wasn't in Cleveland all that long. Like, I don't know. I just remember him being the
I
guy.
felt like he was there
roaming
for
center.
forever.
No,
It
because he
felt
wasn't
like
there
it,
on
but
the
he went
97
to-
team.
Yeah, he went
Yeah.
to the Braves.
The Braves. He
right?
got
Braves.
traded
Yeah.
for Justice and
Marquise
Marquise
Grissom.
Oh.
And he
Is
was
there an
with
echo?
the Astros early on. So like he
Yeah.
was just there for a short time and then obviously came back and
2007.
revitalized his career in 07.
That's definitely
Played
a guy
basketball
that
at the University of Arizona.
Stud.
he's a that one is a crime that he's not in the Hall of Fame. Like that one to me still blows my mind that he's not in
Like
the Hall of Fame.
just some of the plays that he could make in center. Like it was, to me, it was him and Griffey and then
Yeah.
everybody else
Yeah.
defensively. And
Including
then like go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
I was like he's your prototypical leadoff hitter. Like he could
Yeah.
obviously run, as Dion would say, he can run. And just do all the little things that you don't see anymore. I feel like, he's a guy
sack
that
flies, top 5 sack flies because Jim likes that stat.
Yeah.
the occasional home run when you needed it, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Stolen
Yeah.
bases.
Stolen bases. That's
Yeah.
what it's like. All right,
Yeah.
he's on first. He's gone. He was a gold chain guy too. I feel
Oh,
like.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Popping
So-
that thing big time.
So including 2007, how many years he played for Cleveland?
I'm gonna say 5.
5. That's what I would guess.
Jim? Don't look
10.
it up. You looked it up. You 10. 10 years.
He did?
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So from 92 to 96, played in Atlanta for 97, and then came back 98 to 2001.
I forgot all about when he came back.
Yeah. So
The
it's
second time.
Yeah. And then he didn't play for the same team after 2001. 2001 Cleveland, the Giants, the White Sox, the Cubs, the Pirates, Yankees, Phillies, Dodgers, Rangers, and then Indians again at the end.
Like when you asked me to come on here, I was talking to one of the guys I coach with. He's a big baseball guy. And I was going through my list real quick. And he's like, didn't that guy play for like 15 different teams? I was like, I know he played for a lot. I don't know. And he just rattled off a bunch.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Defensive war, Gumpf, he's in the top 3. Top 3.
Who's ahead of him?
Omar? Lou Bordeaux going way back. Yeah, Terry Turner.
Bunch of nobodies.
I don't even know who Terry Turner is.
Terry Turner.
Oh, Jim, your boy.
Office linebacker.
Omar Vizquel was number 4, by the way.
Gotcha.
Strong defense, dude. Defense wins championships.
Just
Well,
one
not in
up Jim
Cleveland.
right there
Runs-
with the old
runs-
top 3 war.
Runs
3's
scored,
better than 4.
Runs scored. He was number 3, 975. I mean, he's all over this list of top Indians guys.
I think he can come back and get that to even 1,000 runs scored.
Dude, he had 5,045 at bats. He's top 10 in at bats for the Tribe too. All over this list.
All right. As much as I like hearing
Stats. All right,
worthless
sorry, I'm the
stats.
stats guy today. Go ahead.
All right.
Adam, first
Adam
pick
again.
in round 3.
I'm going to go catcher. I'm going way back. Steve O'Neill, 1911 to 1923. Okay. Now, this is going to be a huge win, though. Key
I
facts.
know this guy. I looked him
Okay.
up. It's legit.
He's the all-time franchise leader in hits and doubles among catchers. So what's up,
Okay.
Sandy Alomar?
What's up?
Okay. He has a World Series ring in 1920 where
Okay.
he hit 321, a
I love
848 OPS, 39 doubles for the season. Career 265 hitter as a catcher.
Mm-hmm.
Find his war.
All this stats checks
Oh,
out.
hey,
He's
here
on
you
my
go.
list.
You want WAR? He ranks second in offensive WAR among Guardians backstops.
Yep.
And he's 33rd all time for the club with a 21.9.
All right.
How
Man,
you like
you-
me now?
I never seen you so
Boom.
serious.
Was not on my list.
I did see
But-
him. I didn't recognize the name. I'm like, I'm not going to dive into that one.
No way.
He's on a lot of like the random name lists that you'll find online, just saying like top 50 Indians players of all time, and
Yeah.
he's on there. Almost everyone's list.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good job.
Gold
Gumpf.
nugget right there. I
That
figured
is- that's a good
Zollers
one.
had him somewhere floating
Yeah,
around on his list of
He was
WAR.
on there. He was on there.
Good pick.
Appreciate it.
What, really?
Never
No.
heard of him
All
until
right.
about an
No,
hour
it was
ago.
good. It was. I did. Did you feel like with that pick, because it was so far back, you had to have all those stats?
Oh yeah. Well, like, what am I going to say about Steve O'Neill?
I
He
think you
played
summed it
100.
up.
Played 100 years ago. Well, the fact that he won a World Series with the Indians,
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure he played when they might not have even been called the Indians. I don't know. It might have been the Spiders back then
Yeah.
at some point.
The Naps, maybe. Yeah, it could have been the Naps.
Something, yeah. But the fact that he's got one of the 2 World Series rings,
It's a good pick.
that
Good
sealed the deal for me.
All right. Good. Good.
All right,
I bet
Jim.
let's hit it,
Coming
Jim.
back.
So no one's picked a pitcher, and I'm going to continue that and not pick a pitcher.
Just zigging on that one.
That's right. I don't think this guy will be back.
Wait.
He was-
Before you start, is the
Yeah.
same clip playing over and over in your background?
It could be.
Oh no, it's something different now. Okay, sorry. I just kept seeing a home run for a while.
Oh,
I think it's like
the Indians smash, dude.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry,
like
Jim.
five clips. That's all that we get
So-
of highlights for the Indians.
There's
this
the
dude-
home run. There's the.
Tone setter on those 90 Indians. Someone you knew you couldn't fuck with, and that's Albert Bell.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like Albert.
I mean, it still pops up every once in a while, but when they were playing, I think it was Baltimore, and they tried to turn double play on like fielder's choice, and he just trucks like
That was the
truck
Brewers, I
sticks the
think.
Brewers
Oh,
back
was
when
it?
they were in the AL. It
Yep.
was
Okay.
Vina.
Vina.
Yeah,
Vina.
he just
That
lowers his
second
shoulder
baseman
and
just gets
truck
smoked,
sticks him.
and then you know he wanted to say something, and Albert Bell's just like standing over him. And you want to talk about like the juice running through, dude? Like you could just tell, like that dude was, and he was on edge all the time. Like you don't know what's gonna set him off. But I love the dude. I wish he would have stayed in Cleveland, and he went and got the money grab. And then I remember when he came back on the White Sox, and like people were throwing like fake money from the outfield down on him. That was funny, but like it is one. I think they tried to like he'd get hit by a ball and then like refuse to take the base.
Yeah.
That was with the Orioles, yeah.
Yeah.
But still, like that's like I don't know. You just don't see like that type of like those character type guys anymore, for better or worse. But I was glad like he was definitely on the Indians for those runs, and it's crazy like looking back on it, just like those middle of the lineups where it's like Bell, Ramirez, like it's just like boom, like you just don't see, I feel like that type of just like hitting power that pitchers would have to like go through. So that's my dude, number 8, number 1 in our hearts. So.
And he could hit for average too. I was just looking it up. Wasn't like he was just some
power hitter, some Joey Gallo out there.
Yeah.
Top 5 in MVP voting from 94 to 97 or 96.
Like in 96, he had 317.
Yeah. And then
with
he was 357 in 94.
Yeah, that was
strike
year. But
This is the part of the episode we just throw out random stats. Here we go.
You got us rolling.
I thought about him too, and was surprised no one picked him. But obviously Jimmy picked him right before me. So I'm gonna, and I know there's a lot of pitchers to choose from. I'm gonna choose a pitcher. A lot of pitchers to choose from. Someone who wasn't with them for a long time, but the most electric stuff I've ever seen out of a bullpen. I'm gonna go with Andrew Miller. For me, like you guys might pick starters, whatever. Andrew Miller in that run in 2016 was so unhittable. It was ridiculous to me. Yeah. He would come, and then Francona would bring him in sometimes as early as the 5th inning, because he knew he would just shut it down. And I mean that slider coming into right-handers. I don't know. I never played baseball at a high level or even in high school, but to me, it must be so good. So like to swing at that pitch that's going to hit you if your foot doesn't move out of the way. And then how do you combat that? Like, how can you swing at that, but then also have to worry about a upper 90s fastball that looks the same as a slider until the end? Like it's insane to me. And to see, my dad and I went to ALCS game 2. That's funny because I talked about it on the other podcast. There'll be 2 back-to-back podcasts where I talk about ALCS game 2. But to be in person, to see it, to hear the crowd, and to see like everyone's reaction, it was awesome. And he was like, again, he didn't play for them very long, but he has such a stronghold on a bullpen pitcher, that just I just thought he was really good. Awesome.
That's a great pick. He was number 1 on my pitcher list, honestly, number 2. His stats were just freakishly. I mean, he pitched a shitload of innings too in that 2016 playoff run, like ridiculous amount. And
unfortunately,
him and Francona changed the way they used the bullpen.
Oh yeah,
like how they used him now is you put your stud dude in your high leverage situations, whether that's the 5th, 6th, whatever. You don't wait to use him in the 9th anymore because the game might be over.
Yeah, so and like cool you forget, like he was so good, but he wasn't even the closer. Like
No,
that's
he
he
wasn't even the
basically,
closer. He finished, I think he finished ninth or something in the Cy Young that year too, like, which is ridiculous, being even considered for a Cy Young for
not alone a reliever, but someone who doesn't get saves.
yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, they were using only 3 starters in the playoffs because Bauer got hurt. So you knew he was logging a bunch of innings along with the closer. And then
Cody Allen.
And then who was the guy that they re-signed? He's with the Indians now that has set the record for like most appearances.
Oh, Brian Shaw.
Brian Shaw.
Yeah, who lost the
ball
World
Brian
Series.
Shaw.
Yeah. So.
So anyway.
My pick, my pitcher pick, I'm going to go pitcher now. For this kind of same reason we're talking about was Kluber, because Kluber, he just had several solid years for the Tribe, and I mean, the dude was unhittable for several years. So
I like him too because he was so. Maybe I just like the extremes, I guess, but because Andrew Miller was so animated, I like James Karinchak for the same reason. Like he's so animated, like someone's gonna throw a baseball at his face one of these times. Like he's just out there. But Kluber was the opposite, and I like that too. I mean, they called him Klubot, but he was just like level all the time. Sometimes to the point where I'm like, you can be excited a little bit here, man. Like but that's just his personality. I think it worked well.
Yeah. But again,
not the greatest in the playoffs. Just saying.
That's not part.
Yeah,
you just have to
part
appear in a game.
Yeah, I mean the dude.
No, I know. I'm just like, yeah.
Did he win 2 Cy Youngs for Cleveland? I think
2.
I think he won 2 in Cleveland. Like, so if we're looking at the grand scheme of things, that's pretty solid. So.
And the trade with him netted us a pretty good closer right now. So
yeah, huge win on that.
Yeah,
and he pitched 1 inning for the Rangers.
Yes, he did.
So
he's still pitching though, pitching for the Rays.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Still in the league.
The second place race. All right, Ty.
And then it's back on me to close
this is the last round. First pick in the 4th round.
So I got to go catcher. So I'm going to go Victor Martinez. In 2007, he was obviously part of that, freakish playoff run that they had. And he had a sweet year that year. So
to see him do well in Detroit was so heartbreaking to me. Like he was such a good player.
Yeah. That was another one that, it broke your heart seeing him leave because he grew up in the Indians organization for years and so that one was heartbreaking too.
Did he get traded?
I
thought because I remember him, unless it was somebody else, I just remember him crying about it. But I wasn't sure if he got traded there or not.
I honestly can't remember. But that was one that he probably should have been a career Indians guy and just got he probably got traded.
Oh, he got traded to the Red Sox.
Red Sox.
Yeah. The time frame would kind of line up.
For Justin Masterson.
Okay.
Nick Hagedorn and Brian Price. There you go. Useless trivia.
Not a great trade for the Indians.
Well, I think we flipped Masterson for something else though, and it did work out. I can't remember who.
Did they trade him to St. Louis for an outfielder?
I don't know. We'll find out in this cool silence. All right. So my last pick again, for I think all these for the most part is just how it makes me feel emotionally. Because that's just what I'm rolling here with. Maybe less so with Roberto Perez is more about baseball, but Jose Ramirez, just glad that he stayed. Andrew Miller, same thing. Like just excited to be out there. This outfielder, because that's all I have left, gave me the best memory of Cleveland baseball that will live with me until they win a World Series, hopefully before I die. But I will never forget this. I don't care that they lost. I mean, I do care, but this is my favorite memory. And I'm glad at least Andrea was asleep on the couch at the time, but I'm glad she woke up when I was silently screaming. We all have kids, so I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. when Rajay Davis hit that home run to tie the game up in the Game 7 of the World Series, again, silent screaming. Andrea woke up. I told her what happened. I think she just rolled back over and went to sleep. But I will never forget that. And I, at least a couple times a year, I'll YouTube it just to see it. And and hear the TV announcers. Then I'll Google Tom Hamilton's call of it. It's just my favorite memory ever. And I don't care what his stats were or what he did, but he gave me that memory and I'll remember it for forever. Just not good enough to be my number one pick, but he made it on this draft.
I love it.
Goosebumps. Right
Dude.
there.
Yeah.
Dude.
That
What was
Yeah.
crazy is the next guy, I can't remember, I can picture the guy's face, but I can't think of his name. The guy that he'd always get hit by pitches. I think he hit a double right after that. And then, because they got a guy to second, because all of that was with 2 outs.
Yeah.
And they started throwing sliders. It was like the next guy that came up was Gomez, got it to a 2-0 count. And then what's his face for the Yankees just started throwing, or for the Cubs, excuse me, started throwing sliders.
Chapman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was over from there.
Yeah. That's the pitch he hit was a slider. Like he just dug it out and ripped it down the
in
left
there
field
and got
line,
it.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So I'm going to, whenever I make my man cave, that's just going to be playing on a loop.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I remember it was the night before McLean's second birthday. So Amy and I was going to stay up no matter what, but we were up blowing balloons for his birthday. And I just started running around the house doing the silent scream.
Yep. That's good, man. That's good. All right, Jim. Last pick. It's got to be
close
pitcher.
it out here. Yeah, pitcher.
There's a lot of names on the list, Jim.
There is a lot of names here.
You going Jose Mesa?
Joe
That's a good
Table.
one.
No.
Paul Ostenmacher.
Those two, I had those two names in my head. That's funny.
Big ball Brian Shaw.
I'm gonna go CC.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just, I mean, watching him, young CC, like just throwing heater and just like awesome. Like that was so much fun to watch. Even though he got paid with the Yankees, like it never felt like it was us against him in a weird way. Like I know that there was some of those playoffs and stuff, but like it never, I don't know. It never felt the way like when Manny went to Boston.
Yeah.
Like type of a thing. So I don't know. I'm CC all the way.
No, that's I like that. I like him too. And we signed him out of high school too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First round, 20th pick overall.
He played for forever also.
Yeah.
He did.
So he played with the Indians through 01 to 08, if I remember right.
Yep.
Or got traded in 08, I think.
To Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Which
and then still played for
that's
another
great.
probably decade after that.
Another 10 years. So
Also, when he got traded to Milwaukee and they were like, hey, we're renting you essentially for a year, for this like half a season.
Yeah.
And he pitched every like 4 days or whatever it was. Like it was just and he was a stud with them too.
Yes.
Like it wasn't just and he was hitting bombs. Like, I mean, just baller.
Yeah.
Also, it's very hard, and I think in any sport, well, maybe basketball and baseball are similar in this fashion, especially if you're a pitcher. But to be able to change how you play, because obviously when he was younger, he was just throwing fastballs. But you're not going to last almost 2 decades in Major League Baseball if you're just trying to throw fastballs when in your 15th year of your career. So to be able to like adjust how he pitches to lengthen his career. And I compared it to basketball because you have to be able to, hey, I'm getting older, my role's changing. I mean, look at Russell Westbrook right now. Like nobody's going to want him. And if they do, you're like, hey, you got to come off the bench, and he's not going to do that. Like to be able to adjust your mindset and your how you play to continue your career is I think it's something to look up to also.
Yeah, and I think when he was with the Yankees, like he was in line to get some milestone or something like that.
Oh, like an innings pitch thing, I think.
Yeah, and he's just like whatever. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
So
he wasn't. I mean, and like I said, that towards the end of the year or his career, his last year was pretty brutal, but he was. I mean, he still had like a 3.6 ERA in 2017 and 18, so it wasn't awful, you know.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Yeah.
no.
So
My only playoff game I've ever gone to was his rookie year when they played the Mariners. And it was game 3. They were tied 1-1 game, and he pitched and they won 15-1. I was like, I remember like that he was gonna have some special career after that. And it worked out. The rest of the series didn't, but
he was
Bartolo Colon.
Yeah, he was 17-5 his rookie year.
Yeah,
but his ERA was 4.39. That's ERA too. Talk about stats. Like you can have like he had 17 wins and his ERA was 4.39, and then like 5 years later he had 12 wins, but his ERA was 3.2. I mean, it's just that just getting run support.
That's what it always comes down to. Yeah, it's like yeah.
He had 6 RBIs in 17 games with Milwaukee.
That's pretty good.
I like that was. I don't know why it makes you laugh so much, but we're talking about like pitching and how his career and all this stuff. 6 RBIs. It is. It just. I mean, it's pertinent stats. You were talking about how he was a hitter, but it just made me laugh.
Plus, I feel like his career would have been so much better in Cleveland if he pitched like in the 90s. You think about 01, they make the playoffs. 07, they make the playoffs, and they're atrocious most of the years in between.
Yeah.
Like he was the only reason they had to go there for a while.
If they had a dude like him in the 90s, they
got 2 World Series. If they had him,
probably more. Yeah.
Wishful thinking. All right, Gumpf. Last pick of the draft.
Well, I was gonna go CC. I was hoping to hang on there, but I have a couple of guys in mind. I thought about Bartolo Colon. He's kind of the guy that you were talking about with CC, who kind of reinvented his career late. Like he was guy that threw 99 when he's with the Indians. He was throwing 87 mile an hour, 2-seamers by the time he got done. I thought about Oral Hershiser, just the connection at BG.
Had him on the list.
We're Facebook friends, by the way.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Do you wish him a happy birthday?
He doesn't usually respond if I say anything to him.
It
took like 2 months for him to actually confirm the friendship. It's all right, you know. It's cool.
Have you said anything to him on Facebook?
I don't think so, but maybe I'll get enough courage whenever the birthday comes up. But I'm gonna go with, even though he didn't have a lot of success with the Indians, he had one unbelievable year. I'm gonna go with Cliff Lee.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that year that he finally put it all together, the Indians underachieved in 08, but just what he was able to do from a guy that was supposed to have a decent career and then kind of fizzled out, wasn't even on the team in 07 when they made their run. And I'm pretty sure he was the number 5 to start the 08 season. And you think about, they had CC the year before win the Cy Young, Fausto Carmona or whatever his real name is, was number 2 in the Cy Young running. And then the next year you have those 2 dudes, and Cliff Lee comes out of nowhere and wins the Cy Young, and they don't even make the playoffs.
Man, I didn't even realize how many wins he had that year.
He was unbelievable.
22-3 that year.
Yeah. That was that was, you're just talking about run support. That team was just hot garbage trying to score runs. So the fact that he got 20 something wins is nuts.
And then just like in Indians fashion, they ship him off and he goes and competes for 2 World Series after that. But I don't know, just the fact that he like literally didn't make the team in 07. He's playing in the minors after being on the team a couple years before, barely makes the roster in 08, and then you go and win the Cy Young.
Yeah.
To me, it's pretty impressive.
Damn. All right.
Stud.
Any
So-
honorable mentions? Honorable mentions?
I can
Or
go.
Hershiser.
Yeah, I had
Or a-
Hershiser, Nagy,
Nagy.
Oh,
I like
Cologne.
Nagy.
I thought of Nagy, but he just got hurt so much.
I
Cody
also
Allen.
thought
I know we all
So-
a couple of us said Cody Allen, but yeah, like
Nagy was on my what are the books you get at the baseball park?
The
Oh,
program.
program.
Yeah.
Like we'd go to like Indians game a year because they were next to impossible to get tickets like in
Yeah.
the 90s. And I just remember the one like program that I had was him on the cover holding a baseball, and it's just like that's the dude. And then he just was not the dude, but kind of was for a minute.
I got his autograph when we went down to spring training. That was pretty cool. Yeah, on a little replica jersey. Bob Wickman.
Bob Wickman, yes.
Wickman chicken wing. That's what I used to call it, the chicken wing, because he did not look athletic whatsoever.
No, he was a beer league pitcher if you've ever seen one.
Travis Fryman. I was a big Fryman
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah, that was good.
Solid
Grady
third
Grady
baseman.
Sizemore.
Yeah.
I had catcher. I had also Kelly Shopik and Carlos Santana.
Kelly Shopik. I've heard of
Okay.
him. Sandy Leone.
Yeah.
Pena
Infield's
in the 90s.
Michael
Roberto
Brantley.
Alomar.
Michael Brantley, that was another dude, just good dude that I thought like
Yeah.
I was sad
Yeah.
not to retain him too.
Roberto
Roberto
Alomar.
Alomar was the tough one for me. I was going to go
Yeah.
between him or, Omar obviously is up there as well. But those three dudes are what you think of for middle infielders.
Hafner. Loved Hafner before he got paid.
Okay, all these names, including the draft names, all these names were thrown out, and nobody said one particular name, which
Garco. I wanted
Ryan
to,
Garco. I forgot about that. Nobody has even mentioned Francisco Lindor at all. This nobody likes him because he's like peace out.
That was part of it, honestly.
Is it
Like,
too is the
it's
emotional scar
it's
too soon right now?
Too soon. It is too soon for me. I thought about putting him on a list, but that's what I kind of thought. I was like,
But you think about like most of the guys that we picked are from our childhoods too. I know you picked Miller because of what he did in 2016. Like, I don't know, I don't have any hatred towards him going to the Mets. I mean, it's how things are done nowadays. If it would have happened when I was a kid, I'd hate him.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Also,
I just think
I had
shortstop,
David
I think,
Justice.
yeah, that's a good one. I don't know. I just think of shortstops for Indians. I think of one guy, and no one's ever going to be able to replace that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Michael
Yeah,
Martinez. Is that who you're talking about?
ain't no doubt.
Michael Martinez.
I did notice no one picked Trevor Bauer.
So
Best throw over
Careful
center
what you
field
say
ever.
here.
I know. But another
I'm
one of those guys
Trevor
where it's
Bauer
like
fan. I'm sorry.
one of those guys
I
where
like
he's like
him.
super eccentric, and it's like, man, this dude's crazy and wild, and it's working or whatever, But
You guys follow him on Twitter at all?
no,
Yeah.
He's crazy.
He is crazy.
So
Ryan
I remember when
Merritt?
he was at Arizona State, and I think that's when you had that college baseball Xbox game.
He would have
Arizona
been.
State.
He
Was he out by then?
He was at UCLA
He was
with
yeah,
with Garrett Cole.
yeah,
That's
Okay.
crazy college staff out there.
Yeah.
But he would have been 2010 when I think they won
Okay.
it. They beat, if I remember right, Mississippi State in the World Series. Like that was the year they changed
him working
the bats.
out. Like he'd have these like funky like things that he'd always be doing, and like yeah. And
that was
then
part of
when
his-
he chucked the ball from the outfield or from the
God.
mound to the center field, which I mean that's like a whole. I mean I don't know that crazy.
It's an impressive
Case,
throw.
but yes,
It was very impressive. 'Cause
very
he cleared
impressive.
the batter's eye. He cleared the batter's eye. Like
Um,
they got to have like Statcast on that throw, just based off of having it in
Off the
stadiums
mound,
at that
too,
point.
like-
Yeah,
Screw it. I'm going to chuck this ball.
yeah,
300
fuck
feet.
it, and this is gonna go flying.
Like what
And
do
then
you do if you're
traded.
like the shortstop. You need to see him loading up, throwing towards you.
Yeah. Or your center fielder. Like what the
Wasn't that was his last start, wasn't it? Like, and he was traded shortly after that. I mean, it was kind of
for the Dodgers guy, or I mean, he was with the Reds, but the outfielder. He's not.
Puig.
He's a stud.
Puig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got nothing out of that trade, I'm sure. Yeah.
Where's that guy at?
He's
Not even
unemployed.
playing.
Yeah, he's playing like in a Dominican league or something,
Yeah.
I think, or a Mexican
They
league.
don't test for steroids there.
So here's the. I'm just interested in that trade now. Logan Allen,
Okay.
Trevor Bauer, Logan Allen. Was Reyes in that? Franmil Reyes, who's no longer on the team.
Yeah, we got nothing out of that trade in the hindsight now.
Reyes was in the Clevenger. I'm pretty sure, was he not?
Oh, what is this draft then? Oh, it says remember the Trevor Bauer. I don't know. So why does it have all these other players?
I'm pretty sure that he came from San Diego. I thought.
Well, that's a bad article then. Here we go. I found it. So it was a 3-team deal. That's why we got that. You're right about San Diego, but it was Trevor Bauer to the Reds, Puig, Scott Moss, Franmil Reyes, Logan Allen, and Victor Nova.
Garbage.
We didn't. Franmil Reyes was awesome.
It looked okay.
Yeah.
Until this year.
Yeah. But all right,
Also,
if we're talking about trades.
one other player too, though, Marquise Grissom was on the team for a short period of time, but when he was that 97 team, like he was a dude. Like I never felt like, hey, the moment's too big for that guy.
Man,
that dog.
If we titled episodes, that would be the title of this episode.
Moments
Moments never too big.
Yeah. Been dropped like 5 times now.
All right, guys.
Moments too big. Freaking Jose Mesa ruining it.
Oh, dude.
All right,
Think about that. Like living down here in Texas before we go. Like they always complain about the 2011. They lost the World Series. All they had to do was catch it in right field. Nelson Cruz. As an Indians fan, we have watched the Indians lose Game 7 in extra innings twice. Heart-wrenching.
Man, what a way to end this podcast on a downer.
That's the only way to talk about the Indians.
What could have been.
That is the perfect way, actually. You're right. The perfect way to end this is
Edgar Renteria, Craig
horrible.
Counsell. Oh,
all right, guys.
David Shaw. Jose Mesa.
Everyone just looks defeated now.
Bringing back bad memories now, yeah.
That's part of being an Indians fan.
You're right. This is the sad draft.
Up 3-1 on the Red Sox and 08.
Who's the pitcher that pitched Game 7?
What year?
He was pretty good that year for the Indians.
What year?
2007. Westbrook.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, Westbrook was on the Indians forever.
Yeah.
Solid he was career. Like an up and coming like arm on those like good teams, I think. Right? We're all talking like Jake Westbrook, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, yes, he was one of those dudes that was supposed to be like the ace guy or whatever for a long time, and then
I think he became the ace once they traded CC and Fausto Carmona became Hernan or Herman or whatever.
It was like ace by necessity.
Correct.
The good thing is when you Google Westbrook Game 7, Russell Westbrook shows up a lot, so you don't have to worry about it.
Buried forever.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming on this podcast. It was a lot of fun. Gumpf, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me
on our ridiculous podcast we do.
Appreciate the stats, dollars.
Yeah. This was great. Also, hopefully he's still listening at the end of this hour plus episode. But Scott Bucher really likes the drafts. He said he could listen to drafts all day. So
Nice.
friend of the show. We'll have to have him on a podcast, on a draft cast. So thanks again, guys. This was really fun and sad. So thank you for that. We'll see you guys next time. This has been 3 Different Dads.